Hi folks, it's Paul from the series Dancing with Cancer. It's Saturday the 29th of March and it's 2 weeks since my last vlog, near enough. Today I want to talk mainly about my meeting with the oncologist this week, but I'll start with a catch up. Since the last video, I've continued to make some progress with exercise and most notably oral intake, which in turn have had a positive impact on my energy levels. I'm hitting around 1500 calories a day orally now and trying to increase food consistency and push the boundaries. I've taken out one of my daily feeds, the feeding tube bottles. By the way, talking about the feeding tube, when I mentioned last time that I'd had a feeding tube crisis, I forgot to say what the problem was, which turned out to be a blockage in the balloon inflation valve. Some very small particles, which they did manage to clear eventually before swapping the tube out, which I told you about last time. I've met again with the excellent speech and language therapist locally, who was pleased with my progress. I've had a few good socials and catch-ups, which I've really enjoyed. I've had my first haircut for 3 months today, so I don't quite look like the Dumb and Dumber character. Well, not in that sense anymore. This Wednesday, I had one of those very long days in Liverpool at Aintree Hospital, seeing my oncologist. The day started with the usual flush and feed, but this time at 4:30 a.m. and ended when I arrived home at 9:15 p.m. So yes, a very long day. In between, I met up with my brother from another mother, Dave, who was to be my chaperone. I was ultra anxious beforehand and full of emotions afterwards, so I'm eternally grateful to him for being there for me. It was a mixed bag of news, really. The nodule on my thyroid, spotted in my pre-treatment PET scan, has disappeared. But true to form, another has been spotted on my recent CT scan. Hopefully it's not going to be an issue, but I'll know more after my post-treatment PET scan, which is now likely to be in June, followed sometime later by a results session with the oncologist. Perhaps the most shocking part of the day and the meeting, though, was when I told the oncologist how I was finding the journey back towards normality tough emotionally. Her response was to try and reset my expectations, as, to use her words, you won't ever get back to normal. Eating, swallowing, weight, etc., will never be back to the levels that you were before. That was quite a shock. Afterwards, my head was a bit full of thoughts about all of it. I had again recorded the session and listened to it again at the airport. Following conversations with various people about it, I woke up with the thought, maybe I won't return to full normality, but I'll push to give it my best bloody shot. More on that in today's music choice later. As if to remind me of my frailty, since Wednesday I've felt very tired and the pain levels in my throat and ear have increased again, hopefully temporarily, caused by overdoing it a bit and those energy levels. So it's been an unusually restful weekend for me. This week's music choice is one of the dance music classics. The track and the accompanying live at Glastonbury video is an energy-filled, euphoric banger. And when watching and listening to it yesterday, it achieved the feat of setting me off emotionally for the first time on this journey. My current reaction to the oncologist's no return to normal message is summed up by the track title. I feel like I've dealt with so many life crises over the years, as we all do, but that I was truly born Slippy, and have never been prepared to be told I can't do something without at least giving it my best shot. So please enjoy Underworld's Born Slippy and try to react like the Glastonbury crowd do to it. My message to others this week is that often our own inner demons are our biggest threat to us. Fight, fight and fight again against them with all you have. And that's exactly what I intend to do. So that's enough for this week again. Relatively short video. Just a word of warning, I've got some stuff coming up in the next few weeks, which will be interesting for you to hear about, I think. So unless something unusual happens that I'm not expecting, my next video probably won't be for around about 3 weeks. All will become obvious when that happens. Until then, bye for now, from Paul, from the series Dancing with Cancer.